Hey, how's it going? Doing back in the video, and today I'm be talking about why Bol Bol could potentially be the biggest steal in recent draft history. Now, I am very high on Bol Bol, and he actually did end up falling extremely far, way farther than anyone thought he would fall. He ended up falling to the second round in the 44th overall pick, so I think he could potentially be a steal of the draft. I'm be getting into 4 reasons why I personally think that the Denver Nuggets might just have gotten one of the most talented players out of the draft at a very late pick in the second round. So yeah, I'm beginning to all that. So if you do like the video, put that like button and subscribe button. And without further ado, without running on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so my first reason for his video is going to be that he absolutely dominated the college game before his injury. As obviously in his first 9 games with the Oregon Ducks, before he did break his foot, he was averaging 21 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and 3 blocks per game, all while shooting 56% from the field. So this dude really looked unguardable, but he could also play extremely good defense and was a very good two-way player. And I mean, he was living up to the hype that he was coming out of high school. Coming out of high school, he was projected to possibly be a top 5 pick in this draft. So I mean, if it wasn't for his injury, I'm sure he would have kept on dominating and would have probably had even better stats, and no telling what they would have been able to do in the NCAA tournament, as the Oregon Ducks actually did make it to, I'm pretty sure, the 3rd round in the NCAA tournament, even without Bol Bol on the team, or without him even being able to play due to his injury. So I really think if someone can dominate college basketball the way he did, it wasn't like he only did it over 1 or 2 games, and he did it over 9 games, so it's very hard to average these good of numbers on this type of deal. And it's very hard to find someone that can score the way he does, shoot the way he does, but also protect the basket the way he does. 3 blocks per game is not any joke. I mean, that is very hard to do, and he was able to absolutely dominate in the paint, and he was a presence to be messed with, and you never wanted to play with him, and he was always a mismatch, because usually either your center was not big enough to guard him, or he just wasn't as talented as Bol Bol. For being as tall and big as he is, he's extremely skilled. Most 7-footers are clumsy or just not that athletic. Well, Bol Bol is very athletic. He can shoot the 3 ball very efficiently. He can shoot mid-range. He can dunk, and he's very strong for his size. So I mean, just because of how much he dominated college, I can't really see him not being worth the 44th overall pick. And I mean, he's one of the most low-risk, high-reward players in this NBA draft. So I think personally, just because of how much he dominated college and how easily he made it look, I think he has potential to carry that over to the NBA. Now, for my second reason for his video is going to be his build. Now, I mean, he's a 7'2", 236-pound player with a 7'8" wingspan that is very strong for his size. Name another 7'2" guy that's built, that's very athletic, fast, strong, can shoot, and is as skilled as Bol Bol. That's not named Kevin Durant. I mean, there's not many 7'2" players that can be as skilled, as strong, as athletic as Bol Bol is, and just because his build alone, he can shoot over pretty much every single player in the NBA. He can dribble pretty good for his size. He's very skilled with the basketball, and he's literally just built to be a basketball player and to dominate the NBA. When your wingspan's that long, he's going to be able to defend the basket on anyone and defend the pick and roll almost like Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is so long and so athletic that he can cover both the point guard and whoever is rolling in the pick and roll. He can guard both players. And Bol Bol could have the same effect just because of how tall and how lengthy he is. He could easily be able to guard the pick and roll all by himself. And when you get a player like that, that is extremely valuable. And when you have someone that can do that on the defensive end, but also give you about 20 points per game on the offensive end, that is going to be very hard to deal with. And especially because look at the team that he is on. He's on the Denver Nuggets. So no matter what, he could be an all-star level player, and he would still be coming off the bench only because of how good Nikola Jokic is, right? So I mean, imagine 15 points per game, 3 blocks per game off your bench in Bol Bol. That would be unbelievably good for Denver Nuggets, and I think his build is just so good for the NBA that he's at least going to be a somewhat decent player. Even if he doesn't live up to his hype at all, and he only becomes a decent role player, his build is going to still help a ton, and he's going to still be a unique player pretty much no matter what happens. My next reason is going to be that he has something to prove, as with a pre-injury, he was projected to be a high lottery pick, but then he dropped all the way to the second round, but not only the second round, the mid-second round to the 44th pick, and then when he was drafted, he then got traded to the Denver Nuggets. So this dude has a lot to prove that he is still that lottery pick that he was before his foot injury, to prove that he's not injury prone, to prove that he is still one of the top players in this NBA draft. He has a chip on his shoulder, and he even said right when he got drafted he wants to prove everyone wrong, and he wants to just go out and be the best player he can be, and I cannot wait to see him do it, as I think he's going to dominate Summer League. I think he is going to come in the NBA, and if he does get the minutes that I think he will get, I think he will have a chance to be one of the most dominant players in the NBA one day. Obviously not right out the gate, because he does need more polishing up in his game, but I think once his game gets polished up, he gets about 3 years, I think he will be a force to be reckoned with in the NBA. And when an NBA player has something to prove, that is extremely dangerous, because I mean, just look, if you're angry, Michael Jordan before every game got angry at something, Larry Bird before every game got angry at something, so if Bol Bol spends his career trying to prove everyone wrong, is it angry at the NBA or angry at all the teams that did not pick him, well, that's going to be a very, very big motivator for him to play even better and play even better against the teams that did end up passing him up. So, I mean, an NBA player having something to prove can be very, very dangerous, and he will always be able to play with a chip on his shoulder, which is always a good thing for an NBA player to have. Alright, so now for my last reason for his video is going to be that where he was even picked, the 44th overall pick. I mean, think about it. What 44th overall pick or what second rounders usually even make the team? Not many of them, right? So even if he is just a role player, just develops into a decent player, he is still more than worth the 44th overall pick and will be a steal. Because if you can find a decent role player in the second round, that's pretty much a steal. And I think he's going to be even better than that. He could be a starting level center or not an all-star level center when his career is all said and done. So when you can get someone in the second round that has star potential like Bol Bol and is as low risk but as high reward as humanly possible you can get in the second round, well, I mean, what else do you want more in the second round at that point? I mean, most of the time those players don't make the team, and now you can get someone that was supposed to be a lottery pick. That's extremely valuable, and then he's definitely going to be worth the 44th overall pick, because even say he's a complete bust and doesn't make the team, they usually don't anyway, so why would you take the chance on Bol Bol and just see what he can do? So, I mean, unless he gets very, very injured in the future and he stays injury prone, which I don't think he will, I think he has the potential to be an absolute stud and an absolute beast in the NBA. But unfortunately, guys, that's moved for his video, so comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think Bol Bol could be a steal? Do you think he will be a beast? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And also, hope you have a blessed day. Could have a blessed day, so you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye, boo, blah, blah, blah.